Hi everyone, this is Marla at Twinstrology, and this is a twin flame full moon and Sagittarius report. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, either astrology or tarot, you can visit my website at eclipseastro.com. You can please follow me on Facebook at Twinstrology, and I also have another YouTube channel and Facebook page called Eclipse Astrology and Tarot. If you'd like to follow me there, I do weekly energy postings on that channel. Okay, so the full moon is happening in Sagittarius on May 21st, 2016 at 5:14 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is going to be the first of two full moons in Sagittarius. So you can see that Sagittarius is really getting a lot of energy focused on it. And Sagittarius is all about our beliefs. So beliefs are being revamped for everybody big time. Now, a full moon's always in opposition of the sun and the moon. So the moon's in Sagittarius at 1:14 and the sun is in Gemini at 1:14. So the Sabian symbol for this full moon is an ocean covered with whitecaps. So we can expect that the energy is going to be a little bit stormy. The moon represents the emotions in the chart and the subconscious. So being on this Sabian, we can expect that some deep emotions are going to be brought up. And there's a lot of tension in the energy right now. We also have Mars tightly conjunct this moon. This is going to cause some tension too. Mars is in retrograde still. And, with Mars being opposite the sun, it's like we really want to go out and prove ourselves. We want to prove that we have this courage and the strength and ability to go out and do things. Yet with Mars being retrograde, we're not able. We're not getting anywhere. And that's causing a lot of frustration. And Mars retrograde does bring up anger in people because it's difficult to move forward anywhere. And it gets frustrating, especially for the men. And the men are going through a lot anyway, so cut them some slack. So the Sabian symbol for the sun is a nervous gentleman dressed in an elaborate Santa Claus costume is filling Christmas stockings secretly. This is a much better Sabian because it's telling us that our gifts are on the way. We're being given presents. And Spirit's been telling me for a while pretty consistently that for twins, our wishes are being fulfilled. That magical things are happening, that everything you're looking to get is actually in the process of coming to you. Now, it's true that our timeline for things happening and Spirit's timeline for things happening are often very different, but we have to trust. We can't always see what the plan is. We just have to trust that there is a plan. And that's truly what Gemini and Sagittarius energy is about, because Gemini wants the facts. It's very logical, and it doesn't want to make a move or make a decision until it has all the facts. Sagittarius is about using your intuition and seeing the bigger picture, being the visionary. And so this is what Spirit is asking us to do now. Not focus on the facts, but focus on the bigger picture. Focus on what vision you've been creating and just trust that it's coming to fruition. So Mercury is going direct on the 22nd, the day after this full moon. So Mercury is going to be stationed at the time of this moon, which means he'll be stopped in the sky. I'm sure we're all happy to see Mercury retrograde go forward. Mercury is making a trine to Jupiter. Now, this is also energy about seeing the bigger picture, being the visionary. The real focus, I think, of this full moon is a balancing of the masculine and feminine energies. And we have this really unique opposition going on, in which we have the sun, which represents the masculine energy, conjunct Venus, which represents the feminine energy, opposite Mars, representing the masculine energy, and the moon, representing the feminine. So, two conjunctions of the masculine and feminine energies opposing each other. This is attempting to balance the masculine and feminine energy between twin flames. And because Mars is retrograde and Mars is conjunct the moon, what it's doing is it's asking the masculine twins, or the matrix twins if you want, to get in touch with their intuition. The moon is our intuition. Sagittarius is our intuition. And because Mars is retrograde, it's easier for the masculine energy to tap into their intuition. And they need to now, because we're getting called into mission, and it's time for them to start waking up. Now, the feminine being represented on the other side by Venus, Venus is conjunct the sun. Now, this is really masculine ego energy. So the feminine is being asked to take action. We're really being asked to be strong right now, to act like the goddess that we are. Somebody's playing basketball at my neighbor's house and it's distracting me. I'm sorry. So, okay, Spirit is telling me, Venus, ladies, we need to be strong right now. You know, if you watched my May report for Twin Flames, my tarot reading, I talked about women needing to be strong, letting go of the anxiety, and remembering that you're powerful. You're not a damsel in distress, and you don't need the masculine twin to come and save you. Okay, this is what's being illuminated for you at this full moon. So be strong. We have to create balance here. We're in an opposition. And with oppositions, we need to create balance. Otherwise, one is overpowering the other. And this is actually like the same energy when you get into union with your twin that you're going to have to balance. You're going to have to balance each other, because if one of you is, pulling too much on the other, you throw each other off. Now, one of the big ways that we're going to do this is we're going to balance the masculine and feminine energies inside of us. okay, which I was just talking about with the men needing to be, or I'm sorry, the masculine needing to open up their intuition and the feminine needing to take a more active role. And all right, and I want to say that for the feminine, I don't want you to be active like a man. I want you to be active. Again, I don't want to say man, I want to say masculine qualities. We still need to be soft and feminine, but show our strength at the same time. We're breaking templates around the masculine and feminine energy. And by the feminine energy just acting like the masculine energy, that's not breaking the template. Okay, we need the feminine energy to stay in their feminine energy and show their strength through their femininity, through having compassion, through being gentle, through being kind, through being nurturing, yet still being able to stand in your power and set boundaries. Okay, so balancing the masculine and feminine inside of us. Well, we have Vesta here conjunct the sun, and she's going to be helping us do that because Vesta is able to focus on taking the sexual energy and creating a balance internally so that we can harness that creative power. And we're being asked to bring this creative power forward so we can step into mission. Vesta is also about devotion and what we're devoted to and focus. Again, we're being asked to focus on our missions, part of which is balancing this energy, eventually coming into union with our twins if you have not reached union, as well as being of service. Which brings me to the asteroid Excalibur, which represents mission in the chart. And it's been retrograde in Leo. It went direct a while ago, but it just now is moving into Virgo. You can see it's at 0 degrees and 5 minutes of Virgo. So it's back into service. Virgo's the sign of service. And it's exactly square the full moon. So we're being called, while Excalibur was retrograde in Leo, remember Leo rules creativity. Hopefully you were harnessing your creative energy, thinking about how to be of service. Or if you're already on your mission, how to make your mission better, how to make it bigger, how to expand it. Don't forget, we have Jupiter in the North Node in Virgo as well. Big push right now for service. Opposite Excalibur, we have asteroid Eros. And in one respect, Eros is representing our passions and what we're passionate about, because that's what our mission is going to be. But I also see this helping the masculine energy as well, because it's squaring Mars. And it's asking the masculine energy to harness their sexual energy into a more sacred way. I see a lot here in the chart about harnessing our sexual energy, both masculine and feminine, so that we can change the way we view sexuality from the profane to the sacred. And that's going to happen when we're balanced. Because if you're not balanced in your energy, it's difficult. It's difficult to bring the divine in. Let's say you have a lot of sexual fears and repressions, then it's difficult for you to see sex as something divine. That's another reason that Vesta is in the chart and Eros is there aspecting. And the asteroids Loving and Valentine are both retrograde and conjunct each other, and conjunct the sun or conjunct the moon and opposing the sun. So we do have that love energy going on. Then we have asteroid Union, which is squaring the north and south node exactly and opposing asteroid Karma. So I think for many, we're still working on releasing the karmic energy that was pulled up at that eclipse in Pisces that was on the south node. You should have had something brought to your attention that needed to be released. And if you haven't released it yet, here's another opportunity. This is asking us to make adjustments. Okay, the south node is our past lives, north node is this life. What kind of energy do you want to bring in to your union? Do you want to relive the karma of your south node? Or are you ready to move forward to your north node and start being of service and getting on your mission? And you don't need to be in union to do that. We still have that Jupiter opposed Neptune squaring Saturn. That's still going on. It's getting tighter. And Jupiter went direct. Was it at the new moon? Around the new moon last week. And I think a lot of people felt that push forward. Okay, Saturn's in Sagittarius. Jupiter rules Sagittarius. And it was pretty felt when Jupiter went direct and we started feeling like we could take action, or we wanted to take action. I think with Mars and Mercury still retrograde, there isn't a lot of action happening right now, but when Mercury goes direct, we'll get another little boost. And Mars will be going direct on June 22nd. And then we'll really have a push forward. So we're focusing on building that dream. And with Jupiter direct, I feel like that's giving us a bit more power to overcome the Saturn, which is in retrograde. So we're able to confront some of those fears right now and go beyond them. Okay, Sagittarius wants truth. So we're able to push past some of those Saturn fears to get to the real truth, which is that you're a powerful being and that these fears are just illusions. And one last thing that I thought was interesting in the chart, there's an asteroid called Patientia, I think how we pronounce it, that would represent patience. And patience is conjunct Neptune right now and involved in that T-square with Jupiter and Saturn. And it's telling us we have to have patience. You know, that dream is manifesting, but it's taking time. And then we also have a little yod formed here between patience and asteroid Alma, which represents soul, and Kali, the goddess Kali in Leo. And I see this as, Spirit saying that the ego is being taken down. You know, Kali is destruction, destruction of illusions. She's in Leo, the sign of ego. But it's taking time, so have patience. And trust that all good things are coming. And there may be some blips. Remember, because of the Sabian, there might be some turmoil, um, some frustrations, some insecurities. Just hang in there. Find your strength. You know, if you're the feminine twin, find your strength. If you're the masculine twin, time to tap into that intuition, time to see the bigger picture, time to start trusting your gut. Remember to do a full moon releasing ceremony. And what you want to do is make a list of anything you want to release. The full moon is a time where we let go of things. So make a list and then burn it at the full moon and release those items to the universe. All right, thank you so much, and I will talk to you soon.